Ah, greetings. Welcome to this Star Trek Online Starship Stats Review, where we'll be having a look today at the Cabot Command Light Escort. There's a lot I can say on this ship. Positive, confused, maybe negative. But before we get into me trying to speak English and this review and details that I've never noticed before. Cool. May I just thank Negus, Dante Demonic, Skyhawking's, Tribal, XG Blackbird, Travis Games, Spike, Captain Big, Miss Future Teach, Foxbase Games, and Lord Arminger. All of you for your support and generosity that have helped this channel out. Well, the last time I reviewed this ship, well not this ship, but its counterpart, the Xaphan pilot Escort. Well, that ship actually is called the USS Negus, because the person that helped me get it was Negus. Now, can I just say that it is with their extreme generosity that I can do this review? So let's kick in gear and start off with her stats. So I hope you're all comfortable, whether you are Romulan, Klingon, Federation or Dominion, because this ship is probably something you need to pay attention to. Part of the Responders bundle, this is actually a really dangerous ship, though looking at it you'd think it's very Terran. So one thing I'm just going to throw in here is, why is the Terran skin not standard for this ship? Nope, if you want to get a hold of that, you will, and I'm going to quickly cover this because I don't know why I left this so late in the last review, have to buy the full bundle, which includes the kind of meh Noble Miracle Worker, and you know how I feel about Miracle Workers, so the fact I'm calling this meh should say something. But it also includes the Bozeman and the Cabot, plus some additional benefits that allow you to quickly get to the fleet variant, which, let's just be fair, the fleet is always superior to the standard. With multiple ship slots and experiment upgrades tokens, so you can get all these fleet ships upgraded to their best possible performance. And, well, the exclusive materials, mirror material, and the title First Responder. It's kind of cool, the bundle, but it's also very expensive. Now at 9,000 Zen I can justify it, because although the Noble is a little bit subpar, and if you are looking for a science vessel, I'm just going to say this right now, spoiler warning, that ship's not getting a good review from me, especially because of its console and tray. But it is good for stats. However, as a result, I would strongly advise that you take a look at ships like the new Tier 6 Nova, Tier 6 Oberth, Tier 6 Stamets. All of them vastly superior to the ship, with equal to, if not better stats, better fleet variants, and definitely better consoles and traits. Easily done, but hey, I'm hovering over the wrong ship right now. Let's get back to the subject at hand here. This beauty that I swear was cryptic, giving a nod, gesture of thanks or approval and appreciation to the Augmented Dictator Games, who is an absolutely amazing YouTuber who creates content very similar to myself, except for it's much better than me. And he actually does do builds and that. And let's be frank, he's an absolute master when it comes to this sort of thing. And he does like his kinetic Torp builds. which is why I say this ship is kind of a nod to him. Because the first thing we're going to find going through all the stats here, have mercy, this ship supports kinetic builds. Not that you couldn't tell from the multitude of torpedo launchers throughout the entire thing. It's got additional beam launchers, but multitude of torpedo launchers. Okay. Taken long enough here. Here we go. Stats. I'm sorry I said I was going to get straight into this and I delayed. Really, because I'm not going to do this justice. Now, heads up warning. This is supposedly a light escort. The only way I can read that is that this ship is supposed to be lighter in defense than a normal escort, but slightly more maneuverable. The stats don't match that. This ship should have just been called an escort. It is the Cabot Command Light Escort, and as such, with it being a tier 6 escort type vessel, her hull at level 65 is, as to be expected, only 47,250, a hull modifier of 1.05 with a shield modifier of 0.9. Her turn rate is 17, her impulse modifier is 0.2, her inertia rating is 75. She possesses bonus powers of plus 10 to weapons with plus 5 to shields and auxiliary. With 4 forward and 3 aft weapons, the ability to equip dual cannons as expected, and an experimental weapon slot. Her console is the massive quantum warhead. More on that shortly. Her trait, yeah, we're going to have some fun with that too. Overall, this ship is immense. 2 device slots. Her console positions are 4 tactical, 3 engineering and 3 science. Finally, for her bridge officers, she is command tactical, an ensign tactical, a lieutenant commander engineering, a lieutenant science, and a lieutenant commander universal. It should be noted that this is a full spec command vessel. Her command seat for tactical and her lieutenant science seat both have command specialization, so you can use command specialization abilities from those officers. What does this mean for the ship? Well, first of all, she's actually on par with, I'm going to say on par with, her pilot counterpart. Now, pilots are normally quite light in armor. This ship is slightly better, I believe, so I'm not going to be too negative on it. She's definitely got equal to, if not slightly better, turn rate. Her firepower, though, is vastly superior to the pilot, with its full DPS potential definitely surpassing the pilot ship. The inspirational command abilities being one of the main reasons. But then, I would hope so with a ship this heavily armed, visually speaking. If I was going to rate these ships down, DPS is obviously its highest point, and I'm going to flatly say I'm giving it 5 out of 5 for DPS capability. Support capability. Well, generally going into this, I didn't expect it to be all that great support-wise. I've eaten my words a little bit. She is quite good, so I'm going to be nice. And I will give her 4 out of 5 for support capability. That's how well she did for me in that category. Finally, tanking. She's an escort. We don't expect them to tank. Now, I'll give her escort endurance rating a 4 out of 5. But as a tank, and yes, I'm saying it like this because I did get a couple of complaints about the way I phrase it. As a tank, I'm going to give her 2 out of 5. She's way too soft on that matter, but hey, who cares? Who cares? She's an Escort. She doesn't have to be great at tanking. That's not her role. And as a responder, I guess you could say her role is to fly in, see the enemy and blow the hell out of it before it hurts anyone. So she does her job really well. She may not be as fast as the Shran, but the Cabot is very effective. Now then, from that point of view, okay. When you arrive in the system and you see a bug like that, hey? Fun times. Well, let me put it this way. This ship is 100% getting a 1 reaction from me. 1 guaranteed reaction, okay? Once I'm done here, I'm dismissing this ship and getting her fleet counterpart. The only reason I'm not using the fleet right now is because I like to show people the general stats and ability of the ship. Plus it's easier for me to do this. Advanced Precision Guided Munitions. Firing weapon modes grant torpedoes extra damage. After a weapon mode activation, an additional 11,666 kinetic damage from the next torpedo weapon. If the nearest facing shield is under 15%, well, we'll deal an extra 23,332 kinetic damage. Now, I want to be really honest here. When I first thought about this, my brain was like, cool, this is definitely a trait for kinetic builds, 100%, easy go. No, this is better than that, even better than that. You see, my brain didn't really lock on the firing modes thing. Now if you take your standard percent increase on your standard weapon, it's going to do considerable extra damage, but nowhere near that. And if you consider the damage output you can get from these, you time this right, kinetic builds are doing huge levels of extra damage, but with this it's a very small percentage additional. But on an energy weapon build where you're primarily focused on your energy weapons, this could be considered a good sub-trait, just to let you hit a little bit harder with your kinetic weapons. If, like me, you always at least carry 1 kinetic weapon for spike damage after shields are down. But just no two ways about this. This is a really effective trait. As such, I'm going to give this trait 5 out of 5. I would use it as a DPSer, I would use it as a tank, and I would use it as a support. It's a really nice trait, and to have yet another excellent trait on a Xen-Star ship? Cryptic, are you feeling alright? You already did really nice for us with the Bosman, now you give us this? Thank you. Now, oh, how dare you. Yeah, it is safe to say these are a little bit broken at the moment. I have been using Temporal Surge on this ship to get the potential out of it I have had. Yeah. It's not very often I fly and achieve 200k. So, thank you. Not this build. This build didn't achieve that. I wish it didn't break on me, because otherwise I'd be taking that build in. I don't even remember what I did. All I remember is I was copying Oggy, so look up some of Oggy's overload builds, because that was what I was using at the time. Where's it gone? I hate it when I'm trying to find new traits. Oh, this one's the fight. Yeah, this is the support build I've got equipped at the moment. I can never remember. Advanced, it's up the top. Why am I being an idiot again? Don't mind me. There it is. There's the full information you need for it. Now, the bit I get confused with it is firing modes will be enhanced from next torpedo fired within 10 seconds. My concern is here, if you activate a firing mode and don't get the fire off that torpedo in 10 seconds, does this immediately clear or not? I've not been able to tell 100% through testing, so I'm not going to be over the top on it, but I meant to slot that trait. I think this is half the reason it's broken, is because I messed all my traits up when I did that really high DPS output. This one, this specific build that you're seeing at the moment, does 160? Was it 160 or 170? But again, please note that I'm using Fight Wheel primarily. That's just me. I am a support player, this is what I do. Okay. From trait to console. I'm getting a little sidetracked here because I can't do this ship justice. This is the real positive though, and I don't know how to sell it to you. I'm just hoping you can see it. The main meta in the game at the moment when it comes to DPS is either really, I would say it's either your beam overload with direct energy or kinetics. Both do incredible amount of damage output. I think kinetics really wins the roost, but I'm useless with kinetics, so I have no direct comparison other than to watch DPS masters show me how it's done. This console is something brilliant for kinetic builds. The external massive munition hardpoints give you a bonus 12.5 to kinetic damage, a plus 5.7 to your flight speed, and plus 20.9%, all of them being percents, to your starship hull penetration. The flight speed is good, the hull penetration is great, and that kinetic damage is great. It also triggers, when you use this ability, a level 66 massive quantum warhead to be fired. This is quite powerful. It doesn't have a exactly unique visual, it's just bigger. I don't really know if you can count that as unique. That deals 8,399 kinetic damage to its foe and foes behind it within the cone. If 3 or more foes are hit by this same cone blast, it'll grant an additional 20% stacking kinetic weapons damage for 20 seconds. It's good, it's strong. However, this console is not augmented by firing modes, and this console's damage output is actually low. Keeping in mind what we're reading there, that is sub 9,000, barely over 8, and then you've got 10,000 up here from a standard torpedo module that is firing far more frequently. Yes, it doesn't have all the extra bonuses, but this one can be high yielded. This one can also be spread. It can hit just as many, if not, no, it will easily hit more targets than the massive munitions. I do like this console a lot. It is definitely one that you would consider if you are a kinetics build, but not otherwise. Any other type of build, I would definitely say avoid this console. So, to all of you fans of kinetic DPS, this console, 6 out of 5. Boom, that is a go-to console, seriously. 6 out of 5. I'm not going to call it meta, but I love the sound of it, I love the way it looks, and watching other people's performance with the console, you can trust this console. But everyone else, 1 out of 5. That is why I'm giving it 6 out of 5. Okay, let's not exaggerate. It's a 4.5, 5 out of 5 console, really. But the fact that it does kinetic so goddamn well. The only reason why it's not truly a 6 out of 5 for the kinetic builds is because that damage output of the quantum warhead itself is so low. It's a massive quantum warhead module that leads a shockwave dealing greater damage. I'm sorry, it should at least be as powerful as my Dark Matter quantum torpedo is standardly. Should at least be as powerful as that, and then deal that extra damage out to everyone else that's hit. That's the way it should be working. It should not be weaker. I feel like when they set up that stat, I honestly believe when they set up that stat, they went, what's the standard quantum warhead at? Yeah, okay. We'll make it this much stronger than it. And they've ended up making it weaker than most quantum warheads used in the game. Problem. But not mine. This makes up for it. The gravitational distortion far-fetched projector. Oh, sorry. Flechette. Far-fetched. Flechette projector. Far-fetched. Yeah, it's a Pokemon now. Kinetic damage and possible shields offline. It deals 4,686 kinetic damage with nearly 1,000 for its DPS. If the target's nearest shields are under 15%, it will disable them for 15 seconds. It gains its standard benefits. I have actually upgraded it, I'll be honest. It's doing a sizable amount of extra damage, but considering what I'm going to compare it against, I have had to check. I've also modified it, so mine is now has the modifiers damage and crit H to crit D, instead of what it was originally, which was damage and accuracy and crit X. Honestly, first of all, I do want to say, why does it remind me of something else? I'm thinking of another console, I can't remember which one it is. But in comparison to two of my favourites, your 10 repeating warhead module, it deals on par similar damage and can actually keep up with it. Against my actual favourite, the experimental railgun, mostly for visuals, it is actually superior, and I'm sorry, I've got to do it. I keep forgetting to do it. I'm going to do it now so we can have a good comparison. Because for those that don't know, the Soliton Wave Impeller is absolutely magnificent of a console. I should use it more myself, I just don't. There we go. We're looking at two consoles on a very, very similar line of damage, except the Soliton takes EPG and just blows it out there. Additional radiation damage, which is really easy to proc. And with 100% haste to its weapon based on your engine power, it's probably the only weapon that right now I think is definitely superior to the Graviton Distortion Perplex Projector. So let's give the Perplex Projector that. It's among, I would say it's among the top 3 experimental weapons, personally speaking. That is coming from a support player's perspective though, so keep that in mind. Now, with all this being said, let's dock. Because we're going to have a quick look at customization. Much quicker than we did with the Bosman. Oops. And then we'll take her into action. So guys, let's have a look. First of all, we have the Magi. Hello there, Magi. You are beautiful. You are one of my favourite disco ship designs. And thanks to you, probably, we have the Terran look. Way. Now, the Shran was the original. I honestly loved this ship when it came out. Visually speaking, I loved it. The only reason you didn't really see me fly it was because I'm not a fan of pilot ships. I'm going to be honest, I am not a fan of pilot ships. Now we have the Shran Mirror if you bought the bundle. You know, the only thing I didn't like about the look of this ship was its Bazaar collectors. To me, they were a little bit big. Hello, Mirror Magi. Nice to see you. Cabot. Oh, the Bazaar collectors. Perfect. Fixed for me. I actually really like new Bazaar collectors. The change in deflector is kind of interesting too. So have fun with that if you want to kit bash around with that. There are some other minor changes that you may notice towards the back of the saucer. It's very minor, but it's there, so I thought I'd point it out. Flip to the underside so you can see that bit. It's not huge, it is mainly the outer perimeters of the saucer and the front reflector array that's changed. Oh, of course you have the torpedo modules on the top. Plenty going on, okay? Plenty going on. Now we also have in here, nicely, the Defiant hull. This looks great on this ship. Go Terran if you really want to. Gotta lie, personally my favourite on this ship. Galaxy, Sovereign, all the good vanity. Oh, sorry, all the good materials for vanity here is here for you. The only negatives you may want to call a negative, I don't really call it one, is that you can only modify out the hull of the nacelles, and that is between the Cabot, the Magi, and the Shran, or that mirror variants. Not gonna lie though, doesn't mean you don't get some interesting looks. I mean, personally speaking, that looks awesome. But that could just be me. It could very easily just be me. I'm one of these people that finds this sort of thing awesome. A lot of people don't agree with me. That's fine. Awkward. Sorry, I really like that look just then. Oh look, Might as well be Shran, but not Shran. You're not going to get a huge number of customization and looks, but honestly, I'm not going to complain. I really do like the aesthetic feel of this ship. Let's take it in action and see what it can do. There is only one way to properly show this ship off, so let's do it. Nightfall, let's have some fun. Oh, and enjoy my kit bash. Don't know why I kit bashed it already, because I'm going to be removing this ship to get the fleet. ISS more Torps will be dry docked. Oh, sorry, mothballed. We'll see. Right. Cannon scatter volley would be so much more powerful right now. I'm not going to deny it. It would be way more powerful right now. Whoopsie daisy. I beg your pardon. Firing one! See the damage output? Yeah, not great. Oh, look. Mutilating phaser lance. Makes up for it. To be honest, the moment I go full power with this ship anyway, it doesn't really matter that that torpedo is doing so little damage itself. This ship makes up for it in all other ways, and that kinetic boost is, like I said, if you're on a kinetics build, the damage output of this Torp isn't the major thing, it is everything else. Could be an easy waste really quickly. No, it didn't. I wonder what boosted it for a sec. Oh no, I know what boosted it. I remember what boosted it now. Kill them all. Concentrate firepower is probably what boosted it. Okay. Come in, Madron. You're coming with me. My ship wants to take you in tow, and we're going to go see your friends over here. And I don't need to be in raider position this time, so I'm going to blow living hell out of things. Because I can. Right, here we go. Get all these fire powers off now. I bet it's not all in place. Of course it's not all in place. Ow. Come on. Stay in position and fire. Move forward to where I want to be. Keep going, keep going. Get that off, thank you. If I go back in a second, I'll discover that actually I'm missing the primary points of this build. I'm gonna be furious. Which would be the trait right now. It's the trait that I'm hoping I'm not missing. But I hope you guys can see just how strong this really is, because, well, I did an awful lot better when I used the Temporal Surge ability on this ship. But that's not to say the ship isn't doing great right now. I'm very happy with the performance output I'm seeing. Keep these weapons firing. There's another one out. Come on. I'm going to go in just a little bit closer. I am doing this at stupidly long range for some reason. Get all my Torps off. Nope, these guys are already dead. Torps did nothing. Hey, you die over there. You there, battleship, you can die too. Thank you. Oh, it's already over. Well, that's nice. Yeah, I think that chain of items there says something, right? Okay, good. So that was there. What I'm going to be honest with you guys now is, and I'm going to acknowledge this. If I go by the number of items that spawned from that destruction, so the build I'm currently using is half as effective as the build I originally used when I came through here. Specifically utilizing this Temple Surge. So I'm just going to say it in this video, because I can't say in the other one. Temple Surge is actually really good for fire at will. It's effective with beam overload and the other firing modes, but cannon scatter volley and fire at will benefit from Temple Surge the most. And that is something I want to make sure is heard. Now the other thing I just want to quickly check is if I do some firing mode stuff. Nope, didn't benefit. So yeah, that doesn't benefit from the trait either. So massive warhead, use it if it's up in your tastes. Okay, so before I retire this ship so I can get the fleet variant, here's my final score. And I'm going to keep it kind of simple because, to be fair, I want to keep it kind of simple. This ship is absolutely amazing. And now I would not recommend it to tanks. I definitely would not recommend it to support as much as she's capable in support. Yeah, obviously she's not that capable as a tank. But to your DPS players, she is an absolute monster of a ship. She has so much combative capability, and yes, there are better options, I will be honest, fair play. But she is, by a long way, a really damn good DPS vessel. I highly recommend her for anyone on a budget build, and primarily, if you are getting into DPS now, looking for a good Zen ship, and you want to go along the course of the meta when it comes to kinetic build, this is a good practice ship. It may not be the best Torp boat, but it is an excellent practice ship for those of you who are looking to get and find your footing with kinetic DPS builds. So to you guys, I recommend her to the most. My final score for this ship, based on visuals, cost, and ship performance, I'm giving her 5 out of 5. I'd continue to joke and say 6 out of 5 there. But if I was going to do that, that would have been the Bosman. Because I still think the Bosman is the best ship in the entire bundle. But this ship is the close second to the Bosman, and it's just a shame the Noble did not keep up. With that being said, guys, I would love to hear from you in the comment section. Let me know what you think of this ship. Do you like her? Are you getting her? And can I just say a huge thank you once again to the people credited on screen. The generosity of these people is what helps to make this video possible, as well as all the other videos I do on the channel. I can't thank you all enough, and I hope to see you in the future. Until then, thank you for watching, and ciao for now.